Hello, welcome to the Minimalist CDC. My name's Chris, and today is another new knife day. So I have not bought myself a new knife in quite some time, a few months now, because I was quite frankly happy with my normal rotation. There's nothing that's come on the market that is frankly interested me that much. But I was at my local knife store recently and was just doing some window shopping, and I decided to play around with the Civivi Vision FG. I've seen a couple people talking about it being a very fidgety knife, and I've never quite handled a lock like that before in detail, so I wanted to give it a shot. So, without further ado, this is going to be the Civivi Vision FG, and let's take a look and see what we got. So, I guess we'll use another Civivi to get it out of its package. This is the Elementum. We got our Forbidden Salt packet. And here we are. It's going to come with all the Civivi stickers and documentation, a little cleaning cloth, all that fun stuff. But this is what we're after. Put that taco away. And as you can see, it is in this kind of natural G10 color, which if you've seen some of my other videos where I talk about this, I hate this. It feels cheap. It feels like, you remember when we were kids, or if you're my age, when we were kids, they would have all these action figures, and they'd have the variant one that was always like in day glow or some sort of like glow in the dark color, and it just felt super lazy because there's no dye in it. It didn't have any of the coloring that the normal action figure had, and that's what this looks like to me. Like, I just do not care for this. But the reason I bought it is because I have a project. I want to dye these scales. And so I wanted to get these scales that have the least amount of dye or coloring in them to get them to the color that I want. And I think it's going to be kind of like a deep, rich royal purple is what I'm aiming for. But we'll see. I think I'm going to film that a little bit later to document the process as well. So stay tuned for that. But ugly scales aside, what we have here is quite a fun little knife. We have this like sheep's cliff worn foot thing, like modified whatever. It's upswept sheep's foot. We got thumb studs. I think we're Nitro V steel. Yeah, Nitro, I think so. I don't know where they put that on there. Maybe the box has some details for me. Yeah, Nitro V blade. But the real interesting thing is this super lock. And so it has the thumb studs, as you would expect, but it also can be opened and closed by its locking mechanism, which is this guy right back here. And I'll go into that here in a second. Normally you would expect a liner lock, bolster lock, button lock, anything like that. But what this actually is a piece of metal that is attached to a tension spring that when you pull it down, it breaks the detent completely. At that point, the blade swings freely, and it's about the same tension as you would expect from maybe an Atlas lock or an Axis lock, a crossbar. It's about that type of pressure to pull it down, and which, just like a crossbar lock, it releases the tension on the blade, and it can go up, and then you release it, and the spring tension pushes it back into place. And I'm gonna try to show this. Like they include this little hole here, so you can kind of see the mechanism at play. Let's see if I can somehow focus on that. Probably not. I'm going to take this thing apart because I'm interested in it, so stay tuned. I'll film the disassembly because I just kind of want to see how this thing is put together at some point. But it is a really cool locking mechanism that I don't currently own. I don't have any by this designer, which is Snex, and that's one thing I like collecting. Like, I like collecting designers. Like, I like having an example of each like designer that I really like, a piece of theirs, and I did not have a Snex piece in my collection, so now I do. It looks like we have a ambidextrous pocket clip. If you look at the Wii version of this, it has a spine-based pocket clip where the pocket clip is actually on the spine rather than either of the sides. From people that own them, they said it's not too bad. With that type of placement, it will fit in your pocket and you won't notice it that much, but I do prefer it being on the clip side like this. And it has recessed screws, which is nice. And they do have a little cutout here, so it rides flush with the scale. So that's pretty nice. We end up with what is this, a high flat grind? Yeah, high flat grind. The edge feels all right. A little, it could probably use a little bit of touching up, but it feels all right out of the box. I'm sure it will cut paper. Maybe not. This is all. No, I'm off camera. Had a little bit of trouble with cutting paper out of the box. So yeah, we're gonna have to tune that up a little bit. But just to give you an idea on size, here's it against the crisp American $2 bill, and then I'll bring that Elementum back out so you can see about where we're dealing with. It is a little bit larger of a knife comparatively to an Elementum. So one of the two things that caused me to want to buy this are the locking mechanism and having a Snex design in my collection, but also like doing the die job on the scales. I think that'll be a fun weekend project to see how I can die these, and maybe I can even get if I can pull them out of the die slowly, maybe get a fade on there where it goes from like a deep purple to a light purple. I think that would be kind of neat. I don't know if I'm gonna try that with my first scale dyeing, but I'm gonna give it a go. I do have this guy right here. This is the Kubi Royale, and it is another knife where I bought it because it has the drab scales, and I want to try doing something with it as well. So I want to basically get both of these in before I start that type of project and break out the dies and all. But that's about all I got for you today. This is a cool little knife. I'm going to have fun fidgeting with it and exploring it, and I can't wait to take this guy apart and see how it works and for myself, and I'll film that as well and put it up on the channel. If you like this, give me a like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.